We go. So that's starting for a while there, but hello. Today we are making some food. Specifically, I saw this recipe for chicken cabbage stir fry, and I happen to have this cabbage here. So I figure I'm gonna do that. It's my first time doing it. I should probably tie my hair back actually. I just took a shower and it's drying, but I also don't want it to get into the food. So that's our cabbage. I'm just gonna hair tie. I'll be right back. Cool. So now it's out of our face. I'm gonna set this back a little bit more, so you can see more of the kitchen here. So I already kind of set out a lot of my ingredients just to sort of get started. But I think the first thing we're gonna do is maybe get the chicken going. So I'm gonna move you over here. See, I've got this nice cast iron pan. That's what we're gonna be doing most of the cooking in. I don't have a wok, but cast iron works fine. This is our beautiful ground chicken that we're gonna use. I've gotta get this open. I'm gonna preheat the pan while I'm opening this. There we go. Get that ignited. I'm gonna put it on lowish heat. A little bit more. I've got some ingredients set out here as well. That's gonna be for the sauce. I'm gonna open it from this side. Yeah, so ground chicken, similar to ground turkey or ground beef, cooks in a similar way. You want to make sure that it's completely cooked through. Tyrone really, really likes the Butcher Box ground chicken specifically. So we try to get a good amount for him. I'm going to just try to cut down this so it's easy to get out. I'm going to wash the scissor later. And we are also going to put a little bit of oil in the pan. Like that. I think we can probably get the chicken out at this point. Cool. And it just kind of plops out like that. So now we're going to toss this. And I'm going to grab a utensil to spread this chicken out. So as you can see, I've spread this out in the pan. It's going to start cooking, but it'll take a minute. In the meantime, I'm going to bring us back over to the sink, and we're going to wash off the scissors and then get started on the veggies. clean these scissors because it has raw meat on them. These are kitchen shears. I often use them for opening packaging because they can be washed. They say dishwasher safe, but I typically prefer to wash them by hand. Seems to help the longevity of the shears. Alright, looking pretty good. We'll just let those dry. Alright. Next we're gonna wash up our vegetables. So we've got some carrots here. They've got some dirt on them because they are from the ground. We're gonna wash those up. Get all of that mud off the carrot. Getting the mud off of the carrot. And basically, the carrots are not going to be the star, but they'll add a nice aromaticness and textural variance. You can also get just pre-shredded carrots at the store, but I get carrots from my farm box that are just whole carrots, so I'm just using these. And then we'll also, ooh, I got some dirt on my now. We'll also wash the outside of the cabbage here. So this is our nice cabbage. Lift up a leaf or two, but generally cabbages are pretty tightly wound. There's not too much dirt in them. Whoop. Gotta get all the water out. Check on my meat, turn it over, all that good stuff. Looks like actually not even really going yet. Ideally, I would have preheated the pan a little bit longer, but I forgot, so it's just gonna take a minute to cook for sure. So I think we'll just chop up the carrots first. It's probably easiest. So I've got my my cutting board here and my scissor, and it really would be beneficial if it was up a little bit more. Let me see if I can find something to pop it up a little bit more. This might be too much. We'll see. Yeah, I think that's a bit too much. I need something in between these two things. Yeah! Instant Pot Recipe Cookbook is the right height. So I'm going to cut off the 40 tips of the carrot, and we're going to toss those. I'll also cut off the tops. And we want to matchstick these. So I'm going to cut it in half lengthwise. Boo-boo. Sorry, something made a noise and I don't know what it was. I think everything's okay though. So very carefully, we're just going to slice through. And there we go, it's split in half. Same thing with this one. It could be a little bit of a challenge when the carrot itself is a little bit curved, but we just want it kind of roughly in half. See this one, and especially is like, ooh. You could peel the carrots too if you want to, but there's a lot of like good nutrients and stuff in the skin, so I generally don't. I'm going to cut these up into smaller sections like that, and then matchstick them. So from there, you just make little cuts like that. That's probably good enough. See, just little pieces. That way they cook faster. I'm gonna try to peel that off because it's like a little scar. I'm cutting them about 4 times lengthwise. That actually works a lot better. If I cut the 2 outside ones first and then the middle one, it gives me a little bit more leverage. Okay. So outside, outside, then inside. And this is a fatter part of the carrot, so I'm actually going to cut these in half too. You basically want them to be about matchstick width. And you can also buy shredded carrots and save yourself a lot of time. I'm going to get a bowl for these. So start throwing those in there. Save space on my cutting board. I'm going to check on the chicken again. Yeah, it looks like it's time for a flip. So we're flipping the pig side back down. Cool. Yep. Like that. Oh, someone says, how am I doing? You missed your, oh, thank you. I'm doing okay. It's been a little bit since I've done a cooking stream, but I've also, kind of doing less streaming as of late. Been struggling with my health a little bit, but, doing okay overall. I hope you are doing well as well. They're all approximately equal size. They'll cook somewhat evenly. That's what we're going for. So we'll do side, side. Actually, I'm going to cut this one a little bit more, like that. So basically, once the chicken is done, we'll take that out and then we'll stir fry the vegetables. But it's going to take a little bit for the chicken to cook through, so. And when we cut up the cabbage, we're going to need a bit of a bigger knife, which I have. It's in a drawer though, so I have to take it out. And these ones are a little bit thick, so we're gonna cut them again. Because annoyingly, different parts of the carrot have different widths. All right, carrot is done. Toss the tops there. So there's our nice cut up carrots. Flip the chicken again. So generally what I do with the cooked chicken is I try to make sure that everything has changed from pink to the whitish color. And there's also a lot of water in ground chicken. So kind of a good measurement too is that if all the water has evaporated off, it helps. Okay, cabbage time. Take out the big knife. The baby knife. I don't have a knife block, so I keep it in the packaging it came in. Help keep it safe. So here's your cabbage. First thing we're gonna do is cut off the stem. And rocking motion generally works for that. Turn it a little bit. Kind of got a bad angle. There we go. Starting to come. There we go. So basically just cutting off like that hard part. Gives us a nice flat surface to work on, and then we're going to quarter the thing. Oh my god, I'm not strong enough for this. Trying to let the knife do most of the work. Unfortunately, this is my bad shoulder, and my shoulder's flying up a little bit. Does not want to go. Okay. So we've largely got 4 wedges here. I'm going to try to break them apart with my hands. That's the bottom that doesn't want to come off. Just splitting this apart. There we go. And we will try to keep them intact as much as we can, these quarters. Because now we're going to shred the quarters. Sometimes I need a bigger cutting board, man. Okay, so I have this, I'm sending it outside. And then I'm just gonna go bip, 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 all the way through. And we're gonna need another bowl, possibly more than one. But not using the bowl to block the camera. Always being careful that your fingers are not touching the knife. And then we should be getting little shreds like this. So I'll put those in the bowl. Break up the shreds as we go. This one's kind of tightly wound, so I'm gonna cut it up a little bit more. That's a little bit of core, we're getting rid of that. Nice shreds. I'm gonna need one bowl for each quarter, geez. They said to use a small cabbage. Of course, they never define what the definition of small is. I'm gonna say that's corn, throw that out. You know, this isn't even a whole cabbage. I've been using it in salads. Aw, thank you. I've been using it in salads, so it's not even the whole cabbage anymore, but it still might be more than they intended. I'm not sure. I'm gonna cut off the core here a little preemptively, just get rid of that. And then, let's cut up the cabbage. Just a little bit more core there. Nice and shredded up. I think I'm only gonna do half. It seems like it's a lot, like a lot of cabbage. And if I do more, I am legit not sure if it will fit in my pan. So I'm just gonna do half. The rest of the cabbage we'll put back in the fridge. We can keep using it for salads and whatever. I'm also just gonna move these out of the way. Chicken back over. And break it up a little bit. And since I've already cut the thing, I'm still gonna chop up the rest of it, but I'm gonna save it for like salads. We'll also just try to get rid of that. All right, that's pretty well shredded. Again, a little piece of core. And I'm just gonna bag this up for later. Making our own bagged salad, guys. Aren't we so cool? And this should last for like a couple of days, which is good because I eat salad every day. There. Okay. Now we have nice shreds. So if it does turn out like, oh wait, we actually need them, they're ready, but I seriously do not think we're gonna need them. Apparently that was a large cabbage or something. Hands are all wet. I'm just gonna toss this in the fridge. And clean up a little bit. This is going in the trash. And we'll rinse these off. And that should be the last time I need this big old knife. It takes up a lot of counter space, so we're gonna dry it and put it away. Being very careful to respect the blade. Okay. That's good and dry. And we'll put the tip guards back on it and then stow it away. This is the bottom one. And this is the top one. Putting stuff in the dishwasher. I'm gonna bring this a little bit closer now. I think we can put this back over here. So, at this point, the chicken is looking to be pretty much the right color, but there's still a lot of water in the pan. I'll show you if it doesn't get too fogged up. So as you can see, there's a lot of water still, so we're gonna cook some of that off. Now, for meal prep, you might be thinking like, man, I don't want to have to eat the same thing the whole week. And I don't really like to do that either. So what I'll do typically is I'll make a specific meat that can go into different dishes. So this ground chicken, I'm actually cooking plain. The recipe said, oh, cook it with soy sauce. I'm not doing that because by cooking it plain and then adding some of the chicken in at the end, I can save the remaining chicken for something else. Specifically, we're gonna make some spaghetti. And we're going to, if I can find it, we're gonna steam some broccoli to go with that. So I've got some broccoli here. We're just gonna wash this and cut it up into florets, which I guess I can bring you back over for. Yeah. I wasn't gonna make the broccoli at first, but I have time, so. And it's good to get it out of the way. just giving it a rinse. You don't have to worry about it being too dry. And what I'm gonna do is I'm going to make the, you know, the towel. I'm going to make the broccoli in the Instant Pot. So I have this Instant Pot over here. And it is really great for steaming vegetables. I like to bring it out a little bit so that the steam vent doesn't get all under the cabinets. I think I may have shown steaming broccoli before in the Instant Pot. It's just very handy. Oh my god, these are stuck together. Why are you stuck together? There we go. The little handle is stuck. So this is, we're gonna put our broccoli in. Gonna cut off the big woody stem, toss that. And then just gonna quickly make some florets. Toss them in here. Cut that one in half. Cut that one in half too. Here we go. And I can still hear the chicken cooking away. Sounding good. And you can also include a little bit of the stem too if it's looking good. Just cut it up into smaller pieces. It's still nutritious. Okay, and then you've got our broccoli in here. So once again, we will discard the scraps. Someday, I'm gonna be cool and like collect my vegetable scraps and then like make a broth out of them and stuff, but I'm not that cool yet. It's getting there. Bring this back over. And I'm now putting this into the Instant Pot. As you can see, we got the insert into the outer pot. And then from there, we put the lid on, lock it, and I'm gonna plug this thing in and start setting the timer. I try to make sure that it's out as much as I can without it being like unstable, so that way when the steam gets released it doesn't get under the cabinets. So I'm going to hit manual and I'm going to hit it for 0. So basically it's just going to come to pressure and then be done, and that gets you a nice steam on the broccoli. So that was the Instant Pot saying, hey, I'm on now. So, oh, lots more chats have come in. You love my kitchen. How do you like cooking with a gas stove? You heard they're great. The gas stove is pretty cool. I have cooked with electric in the past. I haven't really noticed that much of a difference. It might heat up a little bit faster. And I use cast iron a lot, so they're apparently really good for that. But yeah, I wouldn't say I'm like knowledgeable or skilled enough to have a preference. And then, lettuce. Yeah, so this is some cabbage that we're having ready to go for a stir fry. Once the meat is done, then it's gonna go in. All right, so next what we're gonna do is we're gonna boil some water to get ready for some pasta. See, I had this pot out. You were like, what is this pot for? It's for pasta. If you want to do like weightlifting, oh. So we're gonna get water boiling on this. So we've set that burner to high. Could you turn on the front left burner quick? You just want to see how it lights. You've only ever used electric and you hate it. Is literally just fire. Oh, there we go. Yeah, so basically some gas comes out of the thing and then there's a spark igniter and then it just turns into a flame. This is almost ready, this chicken. So when it is ready, we're gonna throw it in. Oh, the thing that I wanted to use isn't here. We're gonna throw it into this bowl and hope that it fits. It might not. We might have to use more than one thing. So the problem here is that I forgot to add water, so it didn't work. But the Instant Pot is smart, and it's like, you forgot to add water, you idiot. So it turned itself off. I have to add a cup of water to this. This is what happens when I multitask too much. There we go. Got a cup of water. Just gonna pour it right in there. It's a little warm. We're gonna close it back up and try again. I put in a little bit extra water than a cup because I figured it would do that. So hopefully it should be good. Yeah, appears out of nowhere on the stove. Yeah, absolutely. The chicken's also really starting to smell done. Here, I can show you the difference. See how the water's like almost gone? Actually, you probably can't even see it anymore. The camera's only so good. But yeah, it's gonna go in here when we are finished, which I think actually might be now, or close to now. So the next thing I'm gonna do kind of while this is happening is I'm going to make the spice mix. So in the vegetables we're gonna spice with some ginger, red pepper flakes, and Chinese spice. And then the sauce at the end is soy sauce, vinegar, and a little bit of maple syrup. So we are going to mix those together. Got my little bowls here. Gonna add any sauces or just answer the question? Yeah, it's gonna come at the end. The recipe actually called for adding some soy sauce to the meat as it cooked as well, but I'm not doing that because I want to keep it versatile because I'm also making spaghetti. Okay. So over here, which I don't know how much you can see, but at least move this out of the way. Over here, I've got my spices, and I'm going to measure those out. So we've got half teaspoon, and then a teaspoon. Of course, I don't have a half teaspoon measure. It was lost in a move a while ago. So I will just use the quarter teaspoon twice. One, two. And then we'll mix that off. And then ginger. Has a little pour spout. It is mostly avoiding the thing. Come on. So that's one. The nice thing with cooking is that it is an art. You don't have to be exact. See, that's two. We interrupt this message because the chicken is done. I'm going to get this last spice done. Got some Chinese five spice. It's kind of a specialty mix of spices. And we're going to use a whole teaspoon. And there it goes. Yeah, well. We all knew that was going to happen. There we go. Might be a little extra flavorful. So here's our spices together. And we'll just mix those together. They're going to be for our veggies. So that's ready. Trying to make sure I break up any like big pieces. Water still hasn't come to a boil yet. I'm gonna go ahead and put the spices away just so that they're out of the way. There's five spice and ginger. My spices are alphabetized. It helps me to find things. I have one more little bowl for the sauces. Otherwise, put those away. This didn't end up back on something. Right there. Okay. Smells good from here. You just see the steam and you can imagine, yeah. All right. Over here, our Instant Pot is starting to make noise as it's starting to come to pressure. That's our steamed broccoli there. I don't know if you can see the steam coming out from the top of that. But now we are going to put the ground chicken out of the thing here. Thing being cast iron and other thing being glass bowl. So the idea is that when I am busy working this week, I'll be able to alternate between spaghetti and some stir fry. You know, have some spaghetti and broccoli and all that good stuff. And I can do it with a tomato sauce or even an Alfredo sauce. Alfredo goes great with the chicken and broccoli. I may have just dropped something. I did. No, I didn't. I didn't. That is the stove. And this might just barely fit in here, actually. I have a slightly bigger container, but it's currently in use. Oh no. Excuse me. Always try to sneeze away from the food. It is common courtesy. My allergies have been really bad. Give me that last little bit, please. Okay, there we go. Fits in here. Excellent, thank you. Oh. That means broccoli is ready. Watch this. So we're gonna cancel. Quick release. Whoop. There we go. So that's why you don't want it. That's why you don't want it at the bottom of the cabinet, because yeah, you want it to let it escape. So while that's doing its thing, we're gonna add a little bit more oil to the pan. And then we're going to get our carrots going. And I'm going to put in the carrots a little bit in advance of the cabbage because, as you can see, they're a little bit thicker than this poor little wilty cabbage. We're going to do this for a couple minutes first. Water is getting close to a boil. We're also going to turn up the heat to like medium. Try to get our fry on. Okay. Our spaghettis is going to go in this other pot here. I'm just gonna put it in like that. And I try to like use some of the spaghetti strands to like poke the other strands in because my pot's too small. Someday I'll be cool and have a pot that is big enough for spaghetti. But the noodles, they kind of bend and stuff, so there we go. Alexa, set a timer for 12 minutes. Never had cabbage in your stir fry. What goes into it? So we've got carrots first, and then cabbage, and then spice mix, which the spice mix is ginger, Chinese 5 spice. You can also use cloves. instead of Chinese fried spice, since you don't have it. And then some red pepper flakes. Get that spaghetti in there. I'm giving the carrots a little bit of a head start because the recipe called for shredded carrots, which are obviously not quite as dense. But at this point, we're going to start adding cabbage. Add a little bit more oil, actually. There we go. And we'll start adding our cabbage here. Be very careful not to touch the pan because it is not heat safe. We got some cabbage in here. I'm going to turn the pasta down a little bit. It is really going. You don't want it to boil over. I'm also going to turn on the vent fan because it's making a lot of steam. And I don't want to accidentally set off the fire alarm. I'm going to add the second bowl of cabbage in now. I was 100% right to only use half of the cabbage. This even may be too much. It's going to end up steaming instead of frying. I'm going to turn this down a little bit because I'm smelling it burn. Whew. Cabbage. Jump ship. And we're going to mix in the spice mixture. Just going to try to sprinkle that on top. Sprinkle it, stir. Put in some more. I'm trying to evenly distribute it as much as I can. Another one jumped ship. We're not getting that one. I mean, we'll get it later when we're cleaning up, but... Cabbage looks like iceberg lettuce. Yeah, no, it's cabbage. It's a, I want to say it's a Savoy cabbage. There are green and red cabbages. This one's a green one. And I'm trying to really rotate what's on the bottom here. Get a little bit more spice going. No, I don't want it on the sides of the pan. That's exactly what I don't want. Because it'll burn on the sides of the pan. And I think the instructions said to cover it as well. Okay. So that's cooking a bit. All right. So the next thing, which I should have done in advance, is to make the sauce, which is going to need the tablespoon measure, which is here. I'm going to do a tablespoon of soy sauce. A tablespoon of rice vinegar. I just did a quick sniff because I haven't used it in a while. It smells fine. Oh, just kidding. 2 tablespoons of each. So that's 2nd tablespoon of that. 2nd tablespoon of this. And then finally, we're going to add a little bit of maple syrup. I'm going to add way less than is called for because I am a low sugar gal. It called for 1.5 tablespoons. I'm probably going to do less than a tablespoon. There we go. That was about a tablespoon, actually. That's great. Is this my first time making this? Yes, it is. All right. Perfect. So now, I mean, I made spaghetti before, but I haven't made this stir fry before. This particular one, anyway. So now, we're gonna grab the lid. We're gonna add the sauce, cover it, cook for about a minute. Alexa, how much time is left on the timer? Whoop. Alexa, set a second timer for 1 minute. Okay. The steam is less than same. All right. So now that is cooking for 1 minute. When we take the lid off again, mitts, very important. Broccoli's been done for a little bit. It's unlocked, so we are going to take the lid off. Here's our broccoli. Usually like to dump the water over here. All right. I can go ahead and rest. That's still going, that's going. Here's our broccoli, we can unplug it. Unlike a lot of other things, this is safe to move back at this point. So that's good. Steam's releasing so it doesn't get over steamed. This is good. I feel like I missed a step. I think I was supposed to add the chicken back in too. Alexa, stop. Nope. You add the chicken in at the end. I did it correctly. Oh, thank you. It helps that I kind of think out loud anyway. So now I'm going to add half of this chicken back in. The other half will be reserved for the spaghetti. I'd say that's about right. And then we're going to mix this all together. And we are going to add another 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. Because that will account for the 2 tablespoons that I was supposed to add in the beginning that I did not. Actually, I'll do 1 tablespoon because it's half the chicken. So there you go. I have turn-based strategic games in my description. What have I played? I play a lot of Slay the Spire. I've also done some Monster Train. Played a lot of Magic the Gathering in the past. I kind of got mad at Arena, so I stopped for a while. But yeah, particularly card games, I am pretty good with. Wouldn't say I'm like an expert master or anything, but yeah, those are the kinds of games I like to play. Are you familiar with any of those? Pasta's probably almost done. I'm gonna get the strainer thing. Put that in here. Yeah, like yesterday, I played some Slay the Spire, and was working on the Silent and doing Ascension 6. We had a pretty good run. You have over 800 hours on Slay the Spire. Wow. But you don't play the other two, you said. If you like Slay the Spire, Monster Train is kind of like Slay the Spire, but times 3. You basically have kind of 3 layers that you have to manage. So if you're looking for like a little bit of extra challenge or something like that, it might be something you enjoy. Also, there's more than just 4 archetypes in Monster Train. So, here. So this is pretty much done. Looks pretty nice, right? I'm gonna try a little bit. Get a little cabbage. Alexa, stop. It's really good. It is also very healthy. Oh my god, spicy. It's really good though. I like it quite a bit. I would actually, next time, probably add even less syrup. It's a little bit sweet for my taste. But I bet my partner will like it. Okay. Very healthy. You played a rogue book recently. You played Rogue Book recently, which is similar to Slay the Spire. Felt it was easier due to your knowledge of Slay. Huh. I've not heard of that one, but to be fair, I'm not super up on what games are around. So now I'm going to take the pasta and I'm going to strain it. I always use whole wheat spaghetti because these days it tastes as good as regular and it's healthier for you. I'll let that drain a tiny bit. And I think we're pretty much done here. We've got this cabbage stir fry, and then we got this, the broccoli and the pasta, and that's another couple of meals. So we're pretty much set to go for the week. It has better graphics. Ooh, there's also 5 heroes to pick from instead of 4. Nice. Yeah, Monster Train, I want to say, has 6, but I haven't even unlocked all 6 yet, because I've only played it like maybe 5 or 6 times. I'm a creature of habit, and I tend to go back to Slay a lot. Yeah, so here's our stir fry, and then we've got our extra meat and our broccoli and our pasta. And so that's all set pretty much. Slay is good core gameplay, yeah, definitely. It doesn't overcomplicate things, which I also like. You hope the devs make another game? Yeah, it'd be pretty cool. A sequel. Have you played Downfall? The expansion? It's pretty good if you haven't played it yet. You get to play as the bosses. Yeah. So, I think that's gonna be it for me today. I have to put all this away. But, you know, drop a follow if you're interested in more stuff like this or Slay the Spire type stuff. And, I hope you have a wonderful day. Please be sure to stay safe out there. Good idea. Thank you.